be at a place where we can come with gratitude in our hearts to say, Lord, thank you. This is very special. So I'd like to open our time with a word in a scripture reading, and that is Psalm 34. Psalm 34, very special psalm. And as I'm going to read this, I want you just to come with your heart this morning and say thank you to God. Of course, we're standing in a place where we cannot explain how we got here, but we know this was impossible without God. So we're very grateful to give God the honor this morning. So please read with me Psalm 34 verse 1. It says, David comes and he says, I will praise the Lord at all times. I will constantly speak His praises. I will boast only in the Lord. Let all who are helpless take heart. Come, let us tell of the Lord's greatness. Let us exalt His name altogether. I prayed to the Lord, and He answered us. Or He answered me. He freed me from all my fears. Those who look to Him for help will be radiant with joy. No shadow of shame will darken their faces. In my desperation I prayed, and the Lord listened. And He saved me from all my troubles. For the angel of the Lord is a God, and He surrounds and defends all who fear Him. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Oh, the joys of those who take refuge in Him. Fear the Lord, you His godly people. For those who fear Him will have all they need. Even strong young lions sometimes go hungry, but those who trust in the Lord will lack no good thing. Will you please close your eyes and let's pray together and start our time together. Father, thank you. Thank you that we can stand here this morning with such gratitude, such a joy, such a thanksgiving by saying thank you that we can be part of the mighty move of God. Thank you that we can sense your presence, your faithfulness, your goodness. Thank you that we can stand here this morning and declare, say, please taste and see that God is good. And Father, I want to come and give you the honor this morning. We want to come and with praise in our hearts, with worship in our hearts. We want to say, Lord, all the glory and all the honor for this moment. Thank you that we can open this time, the unveiling of the world, by saying, this is the glory of God. This is your work, this is your vision, this is your heart for your people out there. We know that you're serious about people, that's why we need to be serious about people. Thank you that you love this community, and thank you that we can gather here as a representation of the community to see what you are doing. And we pray, Lord, that you'll come and bless our time and our testimonies that we're going to share this morning regarding this project. We want to come and say, Lord, be glorified. In Jesus' name, amen.
Greetings, beloved. I'm just standing here to welcome everybody. My name is Tranquil. I'm a social worker doing the assessment of aid victims and children. We will not mention anyone by name, but we welcome you in different groups. We want to welcome the government officials, the Department of Social Development, the donors, stakeholders, our friends and colleagues. I'd like to share the mission of Alpha Trauma Center. The vision is to bring hope to our community, and the mission is to offer an empowering and upliftment program through counseling support for those who are experiencing trauma. To offer a support service to abused women and children, providing aid to SARS in terms of assessing young and children, providing diversion programs for children under the age of 18 and in conflict with the law, to empower the community of City, Mid-Vaal and Heidelberg to become a self-sustaining and sufficient, proud community who reaches out to those in need. And another one that I've included, mission is to offer emotional containment inside the victim-friendly rooms to all our 5 police stations, which is Sharpeville, Vereeniging, Meyerton, and Greater Vaal, that are under the guidance of our social worker, Thank you very much.
Good morning and welcome to Alpha. My name is Lynette and I'm the Center Manager. Most of you have probably heard of the story of the ancient Eastern tribe that when a vessel, a cup or a vessel that they use broke, they would fix it with gold or with some precious metal, and thereby increasing the value of that cup, and at the same time by fixing it. We like to think that we do that at Alpha with the people that we see with our clients, that we fix them so that they are worth even more than they were beforehand. Alpha has 4 offices. This one, Heidelberg, Sebokeng and Sharpeville, and then the victim empowerment centers that Debbie has mentioned. Alpha stands on 2 pillars. We do crime prevention and we do victim empowerment. Under victim empowerment, we do counselling. So we do trauma counselling, especially for women and children who are victims of violence and abuse. Then we also do assessment of children, assessment of child rape victims and of abuse. They are as young as 2 to 3 years. Then under crime prevention, we do diversion of children at risk and of adults. Our outreaches, we do pre-primary schools, we do primary schools, secondary schools, and then we do community outreaches as well as outreaches to the elderly. I would now like to introduce Marky Demakatso, who will just give us a short testimony of the kind of work that we do out there in the community.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Demakatso I am a social worker responsible for 5 police stations around the world, which is Sharpeville, Meyerton, and Deer. Today I'm tasked to come and just share with you our testimonies as Alpha Trauma Center. And then our first testimony was that Alpha Trauma Center was one of the stakeholders which was approached by the Department of Social Development to offer trauma counseling to the learners at Vereeniging School. Thereby, by the time when was they experiencing a tragedy of school collapsing. We conducted the sessions for 3 days, offering trauma counseling and emotional containment. Then again, Alpha was approached by United Nations Human Rights Office of the High Commissioner in Pretoria because one of South African ambassador of human rights, Abigail, was appointed to compile a report about the Sharpeville massacre survivors of 21st March 1960. So, as the social workers, we were there to offer emotional support during and after the interviews and the filming of the whole process. The social workers managed to assist the 10 survivors, meaning that each day we were seeing 2 survivors because it was individual interviews and also the shootings, the filmings. Some days they were taking those survivors to the exhibition center, the memorial park, and the cemetery. So the situation was very, very emotional there You can just imagine. Then lastly, Alpha Trauma Center, in collaboration with Real Ghetto Entertainment, they have produced a documentary by the name of Uteng Bapilu, whereby the team is raising an awareness of raped children in our communities. Because now we have seen from our cases at the offices that we should not just stay and relax about it, we should do something to the communities. And then presently the film is being played to the churches only because we cannot be able to reach schools due to COVID-19 regulations. So I would like to thank you very much.
Good morning, ladies and gents. My name is Jacob. I'm a member of the Board of Directors at Alpha Trauma Center. My task is a very simple one. I'm going to share a bit about the funding model of the center. But before I go to that point, I just need to mention that Alpha Trauma Center is a registered NPO. And being a registered NPO that works with donors that help us with our functions, we issue what is called a section, an Article 18A certificate. Now what the certificate does is to really help donors with their tax benefits. We offer free services, as the previous speakers have already mentioned. We give or offer free services to our clients or victims that we help with our services. And I just want to give a short reflection on the staff complement of the organization. We have 5 social workers. We have 9 social auxiliary workers. We have 2 office managers in Sharpeville and Sibukeng, and we have 40 volunteers who depend on the stipends that we give them. For our staff salaries, we have a subsidy. We are subsidized by the Department of Social Development, but let me emphasize that this is just a subsidy. It does not cover the whole wage and salary bill. And this is where I'm going to, give more details as to why we need people or donors to partner with us for some of our needs. I'm going to share more about our needs later on. So at the moment we are relying on local communities where we give services to help us with the needs that are not covered by the current subsidy that we have. So the rest of our salaries, the rest of our needs will be things like our salaries, programs that we run in our communities. Some of it have been mentioned already. Things like administration, things like stationery. We use a lot of paper on a daily basis. So those are some of the things that we need some funding for. Now we covered quite a large area, as is mentioned already. We basically operate in the whole of City Bay. We're not just in Vereeniging. As mentioned, we're in Sharpeville, we're in Sibukeng, we're in Greater Vaal, we're in DL, we're in municipality which is in the area. So we're covering quite a large area. It's for the reason that we felt we need to engage more people who will come and partner with us so that we're able to give more services to our clients. Now, our funding comes not just in the form of money or monetary terms, but we have a list of funds here that I'm going to read out to you that you can partner us on as well. For example, as I mentioned, we need printing paper, we need pens and other stationery. We need fuel, because there's a lot of travel involved as we reach out to our communities. Those vehicles need maintenance well. Cleaning material, detergents, for our buildings, things like your tile cleaners, mops, water buckets. The list is really endless. We have new offices in Sebokeng and in Sharpeville, and here we need things like tables, chairs, and so on. So this one is very, very important. We are able to address you in this large group now because we have this PA system. But this was brought from the church here. Thanks to Pastor Khan for helping us with this one. But you can imagine when we are in these places out there and we have to address a group sometimes even larger than this, how difficult it is, for us to interact with our audiences. So this is one of the big ones that we have a PA system. So if we have contacts out there, please share the word. We need things like gazebos. Sometimes our social workers and our workers are exposed to weather conditions, how hot it gets at times, and we're in open areas as we engage our audiences. So things like gazebos are some of the things that we need. We also need things like banners, because the more visible we are out there as we reach out to our people, the better people get to know about our services, they get to know about the organization, and it's the more we'll be able to get more people to come to us for service. So thank you very much.
I am Lynette Lawrence, and I'm the chairperson of Alpha Trauma Center. And it is really my honor this morning to do the easy job and extend a heartfelt thank you to everybody that has been involved in this process from the beginning. It will take us 2 days, and we're not going to stand here for 2 days if I have to mention each person by name. There's so many people that I think don't even realize that they help this dream come true. There's people that helped financially. There's people that gave their time to us. There's people that prayed for us. There's people that just invested energy. There's people that gave their services. There's people that shared their knowledge. Then there's people that donated building material and other materials. You know who you are. And you standing here today, I'm speaking to you. We are set in this nice tranquil environment now, although there's still building going on as you can hear outside. But we sit in this tranquil, nice countryside environment at the moment. And we appreciate it so much as we get feedback, positive feedback from our clients, saying that the atmosphere is welcoming. It's nice to come here, and that's what we want. And that enabled us to actually improve the level of our service. And you can feel that atmosphere here today. So I would like to say thank you to each and every person that contributed to our new building. But we won't have any service or reach anybody if we just sit in our building the whole day. We want to thank and just take a moment and say thank you to the people that donated other things as well. Because we do have people that donate regularly, some on a monthly basis, some on a 3-monthly basis, and others just run in with something that they think we can use. And we would like to say thank you to them as well. As Mr. Mogaleki said just before me, we still rely on the community for more donations, as we cannot function without your help. We really appreciate the help of DSD, but we cannot reach everybody just with DSD's help, Department Social Development's help. So we appeal to the community to help us, to help you. But I need to say a special thanks to each and every one of you that have donated. And because I cannot walk to each of you and shake your hand, I've selected to make an example this morning. And I would like Mr. Crystal Warren of PPC to come forward. They are donating care packs and stuff to us today. But as he comes forward, I don't want to single him out. As he comes forward, I want to have you imagined yourself walking forward? Not him walking forward, you walking forward. And as I shake his hand, imagine me shaking your hand. As I say thank you to him, imagine me saying thank you to you. Because I can't do it with all of you due to the restrictions and due to time. But I am doing it to each and every one of you. Mr. Christian, can you come forward, please? I want you all to hear what we are saying, and I am saying thank you very much for everything that you do for us. Thank you for seeing the need, and thank you for answering our call to donate something. Thank you so much.
Hi there, I'm Carlette and I'm from Project CB, and we had a launch, a fantastic launch of the Alpha Trauma Center. It was amazing. The center is incredible and they are really doing an exceptionally good job in the Vaal Triangle. So this is Nikki, and what was your experience concerning this launch?
Concerning this launch, my experience, I didn't know the place actually, and that was a welcoming. That was wow, and also what I experienced, we experienced the welcoming and the people, the comfort, and we didn't know the place that is so important. Yes, me as an Okonbrick occupational health sister, I didn't know. Yes, I knew because I always send people here, and they become so well. All of a sudden, I wanted to see this place, but I never had time to be here and see what it's all about actually. Apparently today, that was my chance to see all the stuff and to see the building. Yes, the building is so marvelous. The staff is so friendly. We get lunch, you get some sweet things. Yes, rather than that, the community was so welcoming and everybody was just wow to see this, to be here. We are so happy to be here. Thank you, Lord. We wish some other companies that can just do something and assist this place to grow. Even me, as one of an employee from Okonbrick, I'll always liaise to my employee just to see. This is one of the things in terms of we are working with people, with the people that they do have some trauma conditions, and also they need some social counseling. To be here, I see this is the right place to send all our people in terms of health, in terms of recovery. We know we are from different backgrounds, we are from different situations in terms of our social well-being and in terms of our conditions wise. We need places like this. Thank you very much, Alpha, to let us to give us this opportunity to be here today.
So that was Nikki just telling us exactly how she feels. She is amazed about what the Alpha Trauma Center is doing. So thank you so much, Nikki. So with me, I've got Sergeant Malloy from Sharpeville. So the Alpha Trauma Center is really helping the people in Sharpeville as well. They've got a trauma center or a victim empowerment center there, if I'm correct.
The victim-friendly facility. Most of the community of Sharpeville, they regard it as a social worker's place, and is situated right in the police station next to Client Service Center, whereby the victim, they come in through the CSC, and then the CSC refer them to the friendly facility at the station for further references. Then there at the office, we are having 2 coordinators, of which is Sergeant Molloy and Constable Mabala. Baso, together with social auxiliary worker, Tembisile Moloi, and then the victim supporters and the social worker, which is my teammate. Then all of them, the Alpha's members that are working together with the police and the station. So we are offering so many services. The social workers are there for the counseling and intervention as per the needs of the communities. Yes.
So thank you so much, Sergeant Malloy. You guys are doing an incredible job there in Sharpeville, and we've just heard in the brief this morning as well that they were briefing on the Sharpeville massacre, the survivors from way back when. You guys were busy with that as well.
Yes, and that was the 21st of March, of which is an every year event whereby the whole of the world in general, they are experiencing what has been happening in Sharpeville for past 60 years. Yes, and as a station, it's a momentum for most of us because we born after the event and at least we become the part of the event. Yes.
Thank you so much, Sergeant Malloy, for your time on Project CB, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, and we thank Alpha for their services and to help us as the police in Sharpeville to try to reduce crime for the whole of Sharpeville. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sergeant Malloy. Yes, we've got Lynette here from Alpha Trauma Center. She is the chairperson, and what a beautiful day this is still. So, quickly tell us a little bit about what we have seen today, Lynette.
Really, today has exceeded all my expectations. We were planning just to do a small unveiling of our new building, and the turn-up was much more than we planned for. Initially, when I spoke to Carlette about this, I said 10 people. We got close to 100 people here today. And the reaction of the people was just so overwhelming. Positive reaction, asking us what we are doing, volunteering to get the word out there of what we are doing from Alpha's side, and also willing to help us look for donations to be able to fulfill our mission and our vision, which I think is awesome. The media that was here want to put it on the radios, in the newspapers. So to me it feels like Alpha Trauma Center is the new hub word, the new word out there on the streets, and that makes me so excited.
So basically what we've done today is we've cut the ribbon, unveiled the trauma center. The trauma center is located here at the Delta Community Church, or center's place. What do you call it? Grounds. There we go. And that's on the R59. If you've got, quickly tell me, Lynette, there is a lot that Alpha Trauma Center can do for the community.
Yeah. Our center actually delivers counselling services to anybody that's been traumatized in any way. That can be from, we're in COVID times at the moment, so if you've lost a family member during the COVID times and you're struggling with grief, we can help. Up to really extreme cases like child rape, we counsel the victims, we counsel the families. Anything that's got to do with trauma, we do the counselling. But not just the counselling before the afterwards, we try to prevent trauma by giving education in the communities. We give education on exactly what is crime, so crime prevention. Some communities see something that they do as not a crime, but still it's traumatic to people, and then when we give them the information and the education, they realize that it's not okay to handle things like that. And then also we've got victim empowerment centers at the different police stations. We've got at 5 police stations, we've got victim empowerment centers. And if the people come in there and they've just been subjected to some other crime and they've got trauma because of that, say for instance somebody was assaulted badly and come to the police station for help and they're traumatized, then we've got counselors there that can work with them and assess them and then decide will they have a long-term counseling or just a once-off to debrief or what. So our services is actually very broad. Yeah.
And let's say I've got a debriefment that I need to do. I just can come to the center or make a phone call, come to the center for the appointment. And do you charge? How does that work?
You can actually do a walk-in if you feel you need to speak to somebody now. Trauma is not something that you can, trauma counseling is not something that you can always postpone. While the person is in the moment, we need to debrief. So you can walk in, or if it's a long-term thing or a long-term counseling process, you make appointments and you come and see the counselors. We get sponsored. We get a contribution for salaries from Department Social Development, which helps a lot, but it's not enough. Only 75%. So 25 needs to come out of the community that we serve, the community where we deliver our services. So we need the community to help us with that, and other donations like stationery for our school outreaches or fuel for our vehicles so that we can get to the schools, because our services to the client is for free. You know, you don't check your bank account before you experience trauma. When it happens, it happens. So our services to the clients are free.
So the services to the clients are free, mahala, and be part of this community project. They really need your help to make a difference in the lives of the community. So Lynette, just tell us quickly, how can the people watching this video get involved? Who do we call?
I think the best will be to call the center itself and speak to all our receptionists or to the center manager. Ask for the center manager and they will be able to tell you where the greatest need of the moment is.
So there you've got it. And Lynette, I do hope that this project or the Alpha Trauma Center will go from strength to strength.
Thank you, Carlette. We've been in operation for 20 years already, so we're not a fly-by-night organization. We started with a very small office and we've expanded already because of the need of the community, and we've got quite a few offices from Heidelberg until Meyerton, Sebokeng, Sharpeville. We've got our offices are everywhere, and we've expanded, so we're not going to disappear. We're here for the community.
As Lynette say, they are definitely here to stay for another 20 years to come, or maybe 20 plus years to come. So this is a beautiful, and you will see now the footage of the trauma center. It's a very tranquil place where you can, when you do have trauma, it's a very tranquil environment that you can just relax and you can be debriefed, and it just makes everything just a little bit better at the end. So
thank you for this, Carlette. Thank you for what you're doing.
It's only a pleasure from my side. Until we meet up again, goodbye.